From an X's and O's perspective with this game, with the Lions v. the Giants, how's it got to break down? And don't give me like the cliche, well, don't turn the football over, cause turnovers, run the ball. None of that. How's it going to break down, D-Mac? How are they going to win this game?
Well, number one is you got to find a way to contain the Giants' running attack. What is that? Because Saquon Barkley, best runner in the league, can we agree? Mm-hmm. Right? Is going to get his yards. The fact that we don't want him to be punching it in the end zone. Right, you brought up a stat yesterday about Danny Dimes, their quarterback, Daniel Jones, having 31 first downs. That's a lot. What has been our Achilles heel? That running quarterback. Well, we don't put him in the category of a Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts or a Justin Fields as that running quarterback, but he can run. So how are we gonna force him to pass the ball? That's what it is. We got to turn Danny Dimes, and I know you don't want me to go to the turnovers, but he's got to put the ball in the air and be uncomfortable. How do I see that? If we can keep them to 3rd and 5s or longer to take them out and force them like other teams force us in those passing downs, that's a start. If you can't contain or slow down or whatever Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones, because I think it's A and B, then I don't think you really have a shot. So I think that's where it starts.
That's a very cute answer, but I can tone this down to a lot simpler than that. Just don't be a bunch of dumbasses at the end of the game. Handle your business. No stupid penalties at the end. Dan Campbell, no goofy decisions. This is a winnable game. The Giants are not that good. They don't score a lot. I mean, they get the first downs and all that kind of stuff. And Saquon Barkley is great, but they only average like 20 points a game.
Yeah, I think it's under that even.
Yeah,
it's right
so
around
it
there.
should be a close game. Just don't be a fool at the end of the game.
Yeah, and I think it's...
Notice what he said?
What?
At the end of the game. Right?
Because there is no more.
No, but I'm just saying, because we see foolishness that pays off, or whether it's not. You always say, well, if it works out, it's not foolish, right?
Right.
But like Terry said, I think it's more poignant to at the end of the game. Because you can get away with making some mistakes early. I'm talking about
don't complete a 50-yard pass and somebody flinch before the pass is thrown and then it has to come back. Just handle your business near the end of the game.
To me, there may not be another game on the NFL docket that is more guaranteed to be a one-score game at the end than this game. Like, they may as well just start with a tie game with 8 minutes on the clock.
Unless they're playing Iowa.
Right, unless they were playing Iowa. This reeks of a one-score game. And I would say this: if you're in the teaser life, as far as betting goes, and if you're a bettor, you know what a teaser is.
So this might be 9.
This might be one of those ones where you could, if you see that line drop to Lions plus 2.5, you can tease it both ways and try to catch a middle. I think you could do that.
So I'm hearing from you guys more and more and more is there's some sort of an expectation to win. Like, this is a winnable game.
Do you expect them to win, Terry?
I do not.
I don't either. I'm stopping short. I'm stopping short with that.
They have an opportunity to win. I never ever will say I expect the Lions to win, unless they're playing like Alma College or something, because the Lions, when you know they're going to win, they lose. So I'm never going to say I expect them to win. They don't have a resume in my mind to say, I expect them to beat anybody. I will say I think they have an opportunity to beat somebody, and this is one of those games.
WoodwardSports.com chat poll. For real, do you expect the Lions to win Sunday? I think that's a great question, because I don't. I think they can win. I think it'll be a one-score game. So who's that an indictment? Well, it's not an indictment because they're a 3-6 football team. I'm just talking out loud.
Yeah,
right I'm talking through things.
But look at the NFL this year. Everybody's saying the Lions play so hard. Look at all these one-score games. That's been the NFL this year more than any other. I mean, you have teams you didn't expect to be good, like the Giants, who are winning. It seems like every game goes down to the wire.
So my question, right? Because we've been sort of focus-centric on what we're going to do defensively right, to prevent them from scoring. Do we bring up anything as what do we expect offensively going against Martindale's defense, which the defense has sort of carried this Giants team, right? We're going to say to the record that they're at right now. So what are we looking for offensively?
Here we go. Now, no, I'm not reading stories about Terry's flocks of hoes and things like that. We're not going down that road. We're not doing it. We don't need it. We don't want it. We're not doing that.
I don't have hoes. I have associates.
That's how. Hey, that's how old. That's sort of like that's how you know he's older than a Gen X. Associates.
See, at least, how do you come back to the football game
Shouldn't
after
that called a harem back in your day?
Associates.
A harem?
Associates.
You know what? This football game, who gives a damn about the X's and O's? You know what? To me, I want to see who's better, Hutchinson or Thibodeau. That's
So
all
you're
I care
on
about.
that. You're heavy on that.
Right.
See, I'm not as much on that as I thought I was going to be.
Because you could have had both, and supposedly Dan Campbell said, I don't want Thibodeau.
Because if you want to break it down, T-Foss, and D-Mac, you guys have heard this term before, root for radio or root for talk. If you want to root for talk, you want
Thibodeau to blow.
Yeah, get like 4 sacks and stuff like that. But and we'll talk about this in the next segment, like what a win would mean, because I want to get into that conversation. What would a win mean for the Lions in this? But as far as it goes, how about you, D-Mac? Do you expect the Lions to win?
I almost do.
Really?
I almost do, but that goes. I don't know. It's just something to build, but it's a one-score game. I mean, do I expect them to win? I expect them to cover, right? I picked them in my picks this week, so I think that they're building on something.
Darren, be a man.
What?
Do you expect them to win? Yes or no?
I said yes.
No, you didn't. You said I almost expect him. Be a man. Do you expect him to win?
I almost expect him.
No.
Very Canadian answer of you.
No. This guy here.
It's just a little bit more abrasive than Switzerland, right? Which is a Canadian answer. Yes, Terry. I expect him to cover the spread.
The toughest guy in the building.
Good teams win. Better teams cover. Haven't you heard that?
Okay. Toughest guy in the building is a Lions hoe. Dude, I mean, come on now.
You notice how he does this.
You can be better than this.
T-Foss, you notice how he does this. He keeps that Canada card in his back pocket. He uses it very sparingly. But then he hides behind that Canadian card, and he comes, I'm from Canada.
Right.
Ha, 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 we have health care.
Don't mess with me. We're nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have a prime minister.
Right. I usually don't yell at people from Canada because they're so nice.
I said this yesterday and the day before. I got to wait till the weather report on Sunday before I give you. I'll give you Sunday morning. I will put it out.
Oh, okay.
My expectations.
Okay, I'll check Twitter.
If it's still running, right?
Right. That's right. It may not be running.
It may not be running. Yes.
Hey, go back to MySpace. I'll hit you back up on MySpace.
Okay.
I would love to see MySpace make a comeback.
MySpace was great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think it needs to make a comeback.